Here I am. One more time. One more time. I stepped away. Welcome, everybody. We have people skipping watching Lost, a show from, what is it, guys? 12 years ago? Thank you. Thank you. We got to go back to the island, Jack. We got to go back. Hey, we got a great show for you guys. How you doing? First, I don't want to just get to business right away. I want to find out how everyone is doing. I have scheduled a haircut for Tuesday. And we're going to see. I think I might shave this into a mustache. Just to see at the same time. I don't have high hopes, though. No, I don't think there's a high ceiling there. Hey, for our show tonight, we have Abe McGull, Abram McGull, Abe McGull. He's an assistant U.S. attorney. He's also on the Springfield City Council. Also has a fascinating story about his wedding. We'll get to that, which is really interesting. And yeah, also he'll be our first guest that isn't looking into his webcam. They have a whole other setup. It's going to look professional, is what I'm saying. He's a lawyer, married to a lawyer. There's a bookcase involved. That's all I'm saying. So that's the story. That's the story. I don't know what else. I hadn't really prepared what else I was going to chat about today. I feel like nothing too crazy in the news today, which is weird when there isn't something too crazy. But I probably missed something by saying that. I went to the pool. I'm a little refreshed. And I'm just rambling. My promise to you has always been I will not just endlessly ramble, because I think like Facebook Live, sometimes you're just like, this person's just talking forever. I don't know how long it's going to be. Try not to do that. So that's what we got. And then I'll show you a little comedy bit we've done before. And then if we have time, we'll have a musical guest. If not, I'll just kind of keep one as a backup. Yes, so everyone's very excited about the bookcase. Very, very bookcase. If we make it through this, here's my guess. If we make it through this interview with Abe without Krista making an appearance, I'll be very surprised. I mean that in the nicest way, but I will be surprised. Okay, so let's get to sponsors. Our lovely sponsors. OMB Bank. Are you tired of me saying it? If you are tired of me saying it, you need to go there because they are wonderful. And they have helped this guy, and they'll help you in various ways. They love supporting people making something right where they are here in Springfield. Also, OTC, Ozarks Technical Community College. You can get your entire degree online, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But you can also, if you don't get it all online, you can go to campus and meet the great instructors, administration, Mark Miller in marketing. All right. So one thing they announced early in this pandemic. Oh, first off, let me say this. I'm confused now as to what to do. Sounds like the state's kind of opening up starting next week, like all the way opening up. And meanwhile, I'm reading other articles saying, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to stay home and keep growing hair. Dr. Hal Higdon, the Chancellor of OTC, says, glad you remembered us tonight. It wouldn't be a mystery hour without the Chancellor of OTC making sarcastic comments towards me that are also based in truth. Okay, so early on, it was announced that the Olympics were being postponed in Japan. And so it reminded me of this bit we had done for the mystery hour, which was, we called the faux Olympics, FAUX Olympics. And we got to check in with a person, an Olympic athlete doing the moguls. This was the Winter Olympics. So please, I never find these first. I'm so dummy. I'm so dummy. I'm such a dummy. Let's see. Faux Olympics. Trimmed. Okay, here we go. Please enjoy Faux Olympics.
From Springfield, Missouri, representing the United States of America.
In fact, Scott's an alternate who is competing for the first time, and due to injuries and a computer glitch, Scott has never actually skied before, but now he finds himself here with the whole world watching.
Good luck, young man. Let's see how he does. Oh, wow. It looks like he's doing great out there. He's getting past those gates.
Oh no, he's starting to wobble.
Oh no.
He's veered off course and now he's heading for the woods.
Oh, that has to hurt, but it's not slowing him down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here comes a deer.
I guess it's a good sign that he's faster than a deer.
Okay, the worst of it is done. That got crazy, huh?
Oh no, is that a bear?
Ow! That was just an unnecessary move by the bear.
Oh no, Scott is approaching the moguls.
Uh-oh, it's the moguls. Oh, there he goes. That man's body is taking some kind of abuse.
Oh look, it appears he's finally slowing down.
No, he's just waiting for that car to pass.
If he keeps going, he's gonna make it to the ski jump, which he is definitely not prepared for.
Yep, he's going down the ski jump now.
Godspeed, Scott Steven.
He looks happy, he's really doing it.
What are the chances of that?
Uh-oh. A bird. Oh, it just landed right in his face. Okay, he's going away now. Oh, it dropped an egg on him. And the bear. That bear is just a mean-spirited SOB.
His best hope now is to just slowly return and down to land. He seems to have reached his peak and he is now heading down. Don't look now, but there's a North Korean nuclear missile heading toward the Olympics. Scott is the only one that can stop it.
He punched it away. He's a hero.
But that punch has sent him spinning.
Surely the worst is over for him now. And mercy finds Scott Steven on this day as he finally stops and his head reunites with his body.
Not only that, but he has won 3 gold medals and saved the world.
I have never seen anything like that.
That's something we spend a lot of time on. Okay. All right. Let's move on to our guest tonight. I'm going to admit him here on Zoom. Then I will get things situated as I always do because I never quite is the same. Okay. Abe, hang tight just a second. I'm going to play some music. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Springfield City Councilor, Assistant U.S. Attorney, and fascinating man, Abe McGull. Here he comes.
The mystery hour. The mystery hour. Yeah.
Counselor, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Great show tonight. I'm so excited to be here on your show. You know, you've had so many local celebrities, Cliff Smart, Nancy Allen, Wes Pratt, Lyle Foster, and my wife was on your show, wasn't she?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, she probably will be after this, though. We got to sneak her in here some kind of way.
You are darn sure. You are darn right about that. First, you're set. There she is. We didn't even make it a minute.
She's always upstaging me, Jeff. I don't know.
That's so funny. So let's see. Where to start with you? Wait, are you a counselor with 2 different spellings? Like approach the bench counsel?
That's true.
And
also a city council person, and
Yeah.
which is a great job being here in the Springfield and being a city councilman, as well as a counselor in the courtroom as a federal prosecutor representing the people of the United States, which is an honor. A big honor. Yeah.
That's really, I mean, I guess here's what's interesting to me. I'd like to get some insight from you on that. Is that, like, I feel like it's a term we hear about, but I don't really know what that means exactly. Can you explain your role and what you do?
Well, you know what? As a citizen, a United States citizen, you have 2 citizenships. You're a citizen of the state of Missouri, as well as a citizen of the United States. So we prosecute cases that violate federal law. So that's exactly what we do. And you have your state and county prosecutors that prosecute at the local level. So that's the difference.
Okay. Yeah. So where do you work then? What building are you in?
Actually, there's a federal courthouse on.
Secret. It's a secret.
Oh, no, it's not a secret. Federal courthouse right next to the Hammond Towers, the big, all Darth Vader building.
Yeah. You're Darth Vader adjacent.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. And then, so are you in the courtroom? Is it that type of law, or what's your role exactly?
Well, as a criminal prosecutor, we have both criminal and civil law prosecutors. And as a criminal prosecutor, I prosecute those who violate federal laws and drugs, terrorism. It can also be white collar crimes, bank fraud, and those kind of things. So that's what we do. We also have a civil division that handles anytime the United States is in a lawsuit. They represent the United States. So.
Okay.
We represent the United States.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then you're on the city council. How long have you been on? Not too long, I suppose.
No, I got elected last year. I've been on a little bit more than a year now, and I'm a glutton for punishment. What can I say?
I've talked to a lot of folks that have been on city council before, and they've all said to me, way more of a time commitment than I was expecting. Have you found it to be that way
Oh,
true for you?
I used to be mayor of Pleasant Valley, Missouri. I knew exactly what I was getting into. But you know what? It's challenging to me, and as a citizen of a community, and whether or not at the local level, at the federal level, you should participate in your government, your local government. And the democracy doesn't work unless people get involved working with it. So that's very important to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So what brought you to Springfield? 'Cause I know you're from you're an LSU fan, you're from Louisiana, right?
That's right. I'm an LSU fan.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers, national champions. What brought me here? I was in. I went to law school at UMKC, and I kind of have my roots in Missouri from law school. I loved it. My mother got up in age, so I decided to transfer with the U.S. Attorney's Office back to New Orleans, where my home is. And then when I wanted, after she passed away, I decided to come back. And I said, well, do you have an opening in the Kansas City office? I said, no, we don't. We have an opening in Springfield. I said, Springfield? I've never heard of that. So
Yeah.
I said, I'll try it out. Eventually, I will get to Kansas City. Lo and behold, I'm here now. I'm homesteading now, buddy.
So how long ago was that? How long have you been in town?
I've been here about 8 years. 8 years. I came
Okay.
in. Yeah. Yeah.
What were your first impressions of Springfield? And I'll
Uh,
say this to say that
I tell
mine,
I tell you that my first
yeah,
impressions coming from New Orleans to Springfield, the cost of living is great here. You can't beat it. In
yeah,
fact, I took Wes Pratt out one night, and we were having a few adult beverages at a local establishment, Mud Lounge. And I saw the bill. And we sit there, he must have drank a little bit for a couple of hours or so like that. But I looked at the bill and I said, whoa, that would have bought me one drink in the French Quarter. So let me take that.
yeah. I've heard from so many people that as adults move here and they've sold a home and then come to
Oh,
buy a home here, and they're like, "What? I can
I
get
know.
what size of a house for this much?"
The quality of living here, you can't beat it for the price and for the people, the great people we have here, you and others in this community, Wes Pratt, as well as Cliff Smart, what he's doing at the university, attracting and being inclusive in this community. It's just great. I really love it.
Yeah. Um, Wait, do you have any political aspirations beyond local? Because you look like set up like that, books behind you, you do
Uh,
this motion, you do this hand gesture like a politician. Do
I
you,
used to work in television, so I kind of
oh
know
yeah.
what we do in television, how to do it. And I was in the Navy too as a public affairs officer. I did that for 21 years before retiring. So it's been in my blood for a while. So
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. So I think you have a unique perspective, as you know, the country is talking about race and addressing it in I don't know if it's a new way, but in like a now sort of way. And we're kind of addressing that issue now in a lot of different ways. Um, I think you probably have a unique perspective working in the criminal justice system yourself. And I
uh,
don't I don't know if you have any thoughts coming from that perspective.
I do. And for the last 2.5 decades, I've worked shoulder to shoulder with law enforcement, both at the local level, at the federal level. And there's some hardworking brothers and sisters in law enforcement that are doing a good job day in, day out. And over those years, those 2.5 decades, I've noticed a pattern in the cases that I see. And that pattern has been the common denominator as to the persons that are incarcerated that come before me, all seem to have dropped out of high school in some fashion, some form, whether it's in eighth grade, ninth grade, 10th grade, 98% of the cases. I mean, I've
Hmm.
come to the conclusion if we can catch young adults somewhere and keep them in school, at least get them to graduate from high school, we would reduce the crime rate in this country at a huge rate. I mean, it's just incredible. I mean, I think we have 2.3 million people incarcerated in the United States at the cost of anywhere between $30,000 to $40,000 a year. That's $92 billion. The Department of Education budget alone in 2016, I think it was 68 billion. So we spend more money incarcerating people than we educating them. And I'm so glad to see that Cliff Smart and Student African American Brotherhood is moving here at MSU. They're changing their headquarters from Ohio State. Buckeyes, who likes them? But here, the Bears have inherited what I think is a phenomenal opportunity to educate those who are underrepresented in our colleges and high schools. So it's a great opportunity here in Springfield.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, the timing of the announcement of it seems, I mean, that it was just last week as all these discussions are happening. Like, it does seem like Missouri State, and I don't know if this has always been true, but it's certainly now seemed to take some proactive steps. I say I don't know if it's always been true because I just not educated on it, but it seems like they're really taking some proactive steps.
And we really need this in this country. I mean, we live in the greatest country in the world. I've been all over the world with the United States Navy, and I can tell you, it's no better place than here. When I travel overseas, people hear me and they say, "Oh, you're an American. Tell me about America." You know, there's such a gleam in their eyes, so much enthusiasm of what we stand for in terms of freedom, education, opportunity, justice. I mean, we have to live up to those ideals. And hopefully, this incident, as tragic as it has been, maybe it's a wake-up call for America to live up to our ideas and our principles of that Constitution that we all swear and to uphold.
Yeah, I like that framing of it, that we have these ideals, and when things happen where we aren't hitting them, like, we have an opportunity to reach those, because we do proclaim these great things and almost kind of set these high expectations. When we fall short, it can be especially heartbreaking because we've set those aspirations so high. So what do you think? Well, wait, let me go back to what you were talking about in terms of high school graduation. Do you think that it not graduating high school just limits people's opportunities in such a way?
It does. It limits their opportunity. It limits their job potential. And the socioeconomic status is so much less if you don't get a high school diploma. It's even, if you get a college degree, it increases exponentially. I mean, it's just, you think that with just a small little thing like that would have such a huge impact, but it does. It really does.
Now, I wonder, and I don't mean to put you on the spot. I don't know the statistics here locally, but how do you address that? Like, so it's one thing to be like, this is one of the core issues, and obviously there's plenty of people within schools trying to address it. But it sounds like you're saying maybe we need to have more funding go towards it and more intentionality with different programs.
I think you hit the nail on the head. More intentionality in terms of these programs. I think school and education, we put so much pressure on our teachers, but parents have to play a role in that as well. And we used to have a program called Parents as Teachers. We saw some of that this summer when parents had to be teachers from the COVID-19 virus. So, but parents should encourage kids to stay in school, and we should utilize more efforts about keeping kids in school, whether it's after school programs, tutoring, a variety of opportunities exist that are resources we can use to make sure that our students stay in school.
Yeah. So then I'm interested then also, I think you are, actually, I haven't done any research on this, but I know Denny Wayne, I think maybe was he the first African-American on the Springfield City Council? Would that make you the second then? Do I have that right?
I think I am. I think I'm the second one. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So these issues that have always been around, have reached some national consciousness in terms of like there aren't just protests in these big cities far away. There are protests everywhere, locally here. Um, from your perspective, being an African American man and on city council here in Springfield, what are it's what are some things we can do from your perspective?
Well, well, number one is education. Be deliberate in our education. Be inclusive in our education system in terms of making sure that the leaders, local leaders, and the local people in Springfield have a voice. A lot of people feel marginalized. They don't feel like they have a voice in their communities and their affairs. And this is kind of awakened, even though peaceful protests have awakened that sort of feeling among citizens that they have a voice in the status quo. I see some of that in our school board now. Our school board has an African American person representative on the school board. So we should be inclusive. We should be deliberate in our inclusivity at the point of that it gives everyone a voice to be heard.
Yeah, it sounds like what you're saying is that it's important to have that voice be an input, and then it's also important for people that feel marginalized to feel that their voice is heard.
It's all about relationships, Jeff. It's all about and building those relationships. So many times I meet people, not necessarily in Springfield or all over, but we live in our own little stovepipes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we don't branch out. We don't try to talk to someone that looks a little bit different than us, speaks a little bit different than us. We should break down, but we're all Americans. We're all living in this great country. To make it great, we should work with each other. I mean, so
Yeah, I've thought about that with I mean, different issue, but with a poverty issue in Springfield, we have a high poverty rate, and how easy it is to not interact with it almost at all. You can go most of your life in Springfield if that is not an issue for you and not interact with it. And it seems like we have some engagement interaction problems, like it's short circuited somehow. And it sounds like that's true in a lot of different ways in terms of talking to people that are different than you. I wonder, I'm just, I'm just thinking, I'm not asking you a question, I guess, at this point, but just
well, you
like,
know, no,
how do
I
we
think
bridge those things?
I think we bridge those things now. We're talking about, we're having a dialogue. The next step is, what are we going to do? A lot of people, the incidents have raised a lot of sensitivity in people, and they want to be able to reach out and do something. We have so many incredible nonprofit organizations here, the Community Foundation of the Ozarks. They do a lot of work, a lot of volunteer opportunity with after school programs, Boys and Girls Club. Donate your time, volunteer your time, bridge that gap, build those relationships with the marginalized community, the poor, the African American, the Hispanic community here. Do that. Get involved and help them along, because at the end of the day, if you help someone else, you're really helping yourself and helping your
Yeah.
community grow and be better.
Yeah. So it's almost like there's um, there are obviously systems, there's systemic racism, there's involved on a state level, a county level, a city level, and then what are you going to do about it is your own 2 feet, it sounds like.
Absolutely. Get involved, uh, break down those barriers, break down those walls, build those relationships with people that don't look like you and talk like you and act like you or live in the same neighborhood that you live in. I mean, we have, like you mentioned, in the northeast section of our community, there's a lot of poverty there. And how we address that poverty. I mean, I think education is always, my mother has always instilled in me, education is the key to success. You know, if you did something yesterday, you want to be better at it the next day and
Mm-hmm.
improving yourself. You know, at the end of the day, improving yourself makes your community stronger, makes you stronger, and makes your country stronger.
All right, so let's change topics to love
Oh,
because
that's a
um,
cue, huh? Oh,
so
there
there
she
she
is.
is. So First, we're gonna get into your wedding, but first, tell me
My
how
anniversary
you.
is tomorrow.
Pardon me.
My anniversary is tomorrow.
Our
Anniversary is
That's
tomorrow.
right. Our anniversary is tomorrow.
That's so great. This is perfect timing. We'll get to your wedding, but first, how did you two meet?
Oh, you want to tell a story, honey? Come on, tell a story. She wants to get in here anyway.
Well, Abram was a speaker at a continuing legal education seminar that I went to reluctantly. And I asked some questions and it got his attention.
And you're a lawyer as well.
Yes.
It wasn't a question, Jeff. It was this long essay, verbal essay that had never had a question, but she was making a point.
I was clarifying.
After that long question, after the presentation, I said, who is this woman? I don't know where she's from, asking these long, ridiculous questions in the middle of my presentation.
And immediately after he spoke, he made sure to meet that woman because I looked up and he was standing right there. So
I made a beeline to her.
I love it. You know, my favorite thing about asking a couple about like how they met and stuff is how you just like each person jumps in and out of telling the story. You gotta get your details in. So then also before we get to the wedding, how did you propose, or did you propose, or did
I'd like to tell this part.
She likes to tell her story. Oh God.
So we go to Paris, seriously, and this is a man who has dodged bullets in Iraq, okay? His bravery was what attracted me to him. He gave a commencement speech at Missouri State where there were like 8,000 people in the audience. I was about to have a heart attack just watching. Doesn't got an eyelash. But apparently, proposing to me is the scariest thing he's ever done because he did a really bad job of it.
I did. I fumbled it.
So okay, so we're on like the boat and we're in the boat in the Seine, right? You know, and we're in front of the Eiffel Tower, and the karaoke guy comes over singing the song to us, and the photographer comes over, and
I had it all planned out.
And he hands me a wrapped box, which is not right.
I didn't think about that.
And he's like, well, it's about that time. And I'm like, are you okay? Because I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
I was a little nervous.
Being that I'm a lawyer, a contract is an offer and an acceptance. So that was not a contract. Tell about the other side.
Well, after the conclusion, after the nervousness of giving her a box that wasn't open that included a ring, I told the guy I wanted two songs. The first song was a real
In Vita Rose.
Yeah, it was a really good song, real romantic. And the second song was supposed to be Billy Joel, Always a Woman to Me.
So so the karaoke guy goes to the next table and he was like, oh, it's our song. And I said, that's Billie Jean by Michael Jackson, not Billy Joel. So try harder next time.
Oh, yeah.
So now Billie Jean is our song.
Billie Jean instead of Billy Joel.
So, okay, so then you propose, but then you decide to get married on a particular day. Tell that story.
You know, that was her idea. My wife is the executive director of the Springfield Metropolitan Bar Association. So she all has these dates in her mind. The 50th anniversary of Loving versus Virginia, the Supreme Court decision that overturned laws that was against interracial marriages. So she had it all planned out. She said, if we propose, we got to have a date.
Well, every time, as soon as people find out you're engaged, the first thing they say is, when are you getting married?
So,
and you don't want to have to give them an explanation, because it was an explanation to be kind of like this interview.
we had one problem with it, though. She said, I want to make sure my friend Stephanie Stinger, it's her birthday, June 12th, by the way. Yeah. It's her birthday. Make sure it's not her 50th birthday. So we
it was 49.
Yeah,
we were good.
We were good.
But you intentionally got married on the 50th anniversary of the federal law striking down interracial, like state laws against interracial marriage. Like that's pretty badass. And it was like a Monday night, is that right?
Monday at noon.
Monday at noon.
Because we wanted all the lawyers to be able to come over their lunch hour.
And we served gumbo at the lunch.
Perfect.
It was perfect.
That is so great. All right. Well, I think that's everything I wanted to cover.
Okay.
Well, I
Abe,
want
do you
to
have
open
anything
my,
else, or Krista?
I want to open my anniversary gift on your show.
You want to go get it? She got an anniversary gift. It's the 3rd anniversary, so you want to go get it? Go ahead, you get it.
Can I?
If you want.
You want to open the anniversary gift right now?
Yeah. Yes.
I think we want to see that.
No. She's
Yes.
gonna get-
Otherwise, I have to wait till tomorrow.
I hope it's not like tightly wrapped like the ring was before she could get
Right.
to it.
This looks bad.
No, it's not.
This looks like it's gonna be hard to unwrap. It's really big.
It is.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Year number
Drum roll,
3.
please.
This is a lot like the engagement box thing. This is what it was like. When you get engaged, you're supposed to like flip open the box. And,
Yeah, I know.
Right.
oh look,
Another
it's
box.
another box.
Oh, God.
and we don't have anything to open it.
Is this a prank on us?
No, I'm gonna do this really efficiently. Abe,
Well, let's talk about something else while she's doing that.
How's LSU going to be this year in football?
We had a pretty good recruiting year. So if we have a football
it's all
season,
happened.
and I
Right.
think we will, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to MSU actually having a good
Yeah.
season with a new coach. So it is ready. All right.
How long is this show?
There's no time limit, but
Oh, here we go. There we go.
There we
How
go.
many viewers are still watching?
we got like 2 left.
You go the other way.
Awesome. Well, this looks nice.
It is.
I'm invested here. I love this.
Water.
It's our 3rd anniversary, so it's the theme. Oh, this is really nice.
I know it is nice.
Oh, it's a very pretty crystal cake.
One of the things my wife is very good at is
Wow.
producing these flowers around the house. She is
Okay.
beautiful. So I thought
Thank you.
Yay!
all right.
Is the 3rd anniversary the crystal anniversary?
It was either leather or crystal. The crystal is, I believe, the modern, and leather is the traditional. I couldn't think of anything leather, but a leather golf bag would be really nice for me right now.
Uh-huh.
A new leather golf bag.
Oh darn! I already got your present.
Well, thanks for bringing us into your gift opening moment.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
I'm gonna like get out of the picture now, so Abe can take it away.
There she is, Krista Hogan. All right, well, Abe, I appreciate it. This has been awesome, and it's going to really make me think about the high school stuff. That's a good
Huh?
tidbit to get in your head.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
But you're very unique in that you're working both on the federal level and the local level. So I appreciate all your thoughts and stuff, and look forward to seeing you when real life resumes. Maybe it is resuming. I don't know what it is, but
Well, next Tuesday we'll be opening up from the state perspective. So
yeah.
we'll get through this.
All right. Well, I'm gonna play some music and have you exit the room now. There he is, Abe McGull.
The mystery hour. The mystery hour.
There we go. We're back. I like watching couples interact. It's fun. They really love each other. That's pretty cool. I'm interested in. My takeaways were 98% of the cases he's involved with, folks haven't graduated high school, and then also taking these big issues and making them about your own intentionality. I love that. So All right. Hey, we're not going to have a show tomorrow night because I'm going to go enjoy a patio. So no show tomorrow night. But we'll see Monday. Okay. Oh, wait, let me put up your. I'll play the music and then put up. You guys had a lot of good comments tonight. Here we go.
The mystery hour. The mystery hour. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Let me get these last ones in. These were good ones. That's a good one. And we'll just end with that. Goodbye.